Hey guys, what's up? It's KOKOStern and we're going to do Biased Beginnings for Magrunner. But before we go straight into the game, I actually have a question for you. When's the last time where you played a game that was Portal? If the answer is Portal 2 and I've been waiting for more ever since, I got some really good news. Magrunner is pretty much a game that tries to do the same thing that Portal did, but in its own unique way, and it does it pretty damn well, as far as I'm concerned, as what I saw so far. I'm about an hour into the game, and I'm really enjoying it. So the two things we want to talk about the most is, first of all, the story and the mechanics. So let's talk about the story first. There's a story. Yeah, the basic premise is there's a technology that you want to try out and you want to test, and you're in a testing facility, and there's cubes and platforms. Yeah, that's still the basic premise, but there's a story more so than that. It's not that bland. You actually have a world. They built a really nice world with a backstory, and you're this candidate. You have a mentor. He talks to you through the glove. As you can see, I have a glove, and you see holograms from it. Between each levels, you have an elevator level where they talk to you, the people who run the facility, and your mentor, and someone from TV, and stuff like that. And you actually have a proper story and narrative throughout every level, and throughout the levels themselves. So in that way, it's similar to Portal, where you always had GLaDOS talking. But it's done well, and they do it in their own unique way. They have a very distinct art style that looks edgy and scientific and all that. It's pretty damn cool. It looks really good, and there's a story. I mean, I want to know what happens further. I really do, and there's weird stuff just started happening. As far as I know, the game links to Cthulhu mythology. And, you know, Cthulhu, everybody knows Cthulhu. It's that giant monster that wants to destroy the world, and you know, there's interesting stuff there. I don't really know more than that. But started out just testing, and now weird stuff started happening. I'm actually going to zoom in here, and you can see the blood splatters. There was a cinematic. I'm not going to spoil anything. There was a cinematic beforehand, and weird stuff started happening in this facility where I'm testing out this technology. So we'll see where that Cthulhu mythology takes us in terms of a story. But they do the story and they do the narrative so far very well, which is really great. The second thing that we want to talk about is obviously the mechanic. So I have this glove, and it's called Magrunner, and it's MagTech, and it's magnets. Surprise. So I have two polarities that I can shoot. Okay, I have the red polarity and the green polarity, and these are basic cubes. If both of them are red, they're going to band together. If one of them is green, they're going to push each other apart. Very simple, basic, you know, magnet stuff. And I have to say that it works pretty damn well. It's a lot of fun. So far I've been, you know, messing around with it, and you know, both of those are red, this one is green. When I'll turn it to green, it'll actually push me into the air and fly out. And there's a lot of things that you could do with this. And I'm going to press F, and I'm going to see the actual fields, which is a really nice touch that explains and helps you out understanding things. Obviously, the red polarity strength is stronger here than the green one over there, because there's two items here. But these items, these tiny cubes, they're just that, they're tiny cubes. So if I'll go to this platform and actually use red over there, you can see that the actual force field that it shows, the actual force that it exudes in terms of the magnetic field, is much stronger than just these tiny cubes. And you can build up on things, you can use platforms, and you know, I can press this, well, okay, this one does that. I just started the level, so I'm not really familiar with what's happening on this level. And you can pick up cubes, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all the things that you can do in this game. And I'm not going to actually go through the level right now, but the mechanic it's fun, and it's difficult as well. They have some really interesting levels. So far, I've only played, again, just an hour and a half, but I did stop and scratch my head for a little bit and started thinking. They got me thinking, which is really great. I love difficult, interesting puzzles, and they do it here pretty well. Now, what we want to look at is a couple of things looking forward. Most important thing for me, actually, you know, two things are equally important. The first one is the story, and how they're going to keep on going with the narrative, and how intriguing the story is. Since it is Cthulhu mythology, they could go crazy crap and just, you know, throw at you random stuff and make no sense. I will not like that. If the story keeps on being a coherent, interesting narrative and it's really going to be good, then I'm going to be really happy. But there is a chance where it goes completely haywire and it sucks. We'll have to see. Second thing is obviously the progression and the difficulty. So the difficulty so far is pretty good. I want to see if it stays strong and maybe even really gets me thinking a lot. And the second thing is progression, where, you know, Portal had, we have to compare it to Portal. This does its own thing, but we have to compare it to Portal. And Portal had all kinds of weird stuff with the gels, if you remember, bouncing gels and sliding gels that make you go faster. And the question is, are there interesting mechanics to follow up the basic mechanic of magnetism? And how good the progression and the difficulty actually ramp up here. So those are the two main things. If I want to put one last thing, it's glitches. Because so far I haven't seen any glitches, but such a physics-based puzzler with such mechanics, I'd expect random crap to happen and getting frustrated. So it's going to be a test on their QA department, quality assurance, to see how well they deal with all kinds of you know, glitches that pop up. So, from the Spice beginning, so far, I'm really enjoying this game. It's really cool. Does story well, does narrative well, difficult puzzles, cool mechanic, and I can't wait to see more. So, you know, that's pretty much, you should buy this as far as Spice Beginnings goes. I don't know, the last thing that I'd say I'm scared about is how long this is, or, well, more precisely, how short this is. If this ends in 2 hours, I'm going to be pissed. If it ends in 6, 7, 8 hours, I'm going to be very happy. And that's probably going to be the last thing that, as long as it's pretty decent amount of content, I'm going to be pretty happy with it. I think there's more challenges and stuff like that. I haven't really looked into it, if you can build stuff like in Portal and there's the Steam Workshop and all that. I'm assuming it's not as easy, but, you know, not as easy to have that without Steam backing you up. But so far, I'm really enjoying Magrunner. As far as Spice Beginning goes, you should get it and play it. It's, you know, everybody's been waiting for an additional really great experience similar to that of Portal. We might have found it. I might have found it. And I can't wait to play more. So I'm going to go play more. You go have fun. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.